the first few months was by no means, easy for me. But as time passed, I think I started adapting to my circumstances. Initially, the whole incarceration had taken a toll on my physical health, my emotional well being. But as time passed, like I said, I started, accepting that I have to spend some time in prison. And, I, of course, use my time very constructively. I will talk about it more as we, go forward. Yeah, but once I came out, I think the first 3, 4 days, has been the time, there is a change. It's a big change, right? And technology has moved forward. I've been sleeping on the floor, for example, the last 6.5 years. So the first 2 nights, when I slept on the bed, it's like felt strange. So these are little things, of course, one has to, like when I went in, the way it took time for me to adapt to my circumstances there, I suppose the same, is going to happen here. But that's what life is all about. And I am very, very positive now that whatever I have, the amount of time that I've spent in prison and what I propose to do when I come out now, whatever I had decided, I would like to complete as much as possible. You never know what's there in store, for me later. So I'm of course confident that things are going to be positive and things will be, in my favor. But whatever time I have left, so I am going to definitely, work towards a lot of positive changes, that I'd like to kind of, in a way help out the prison inmates or whatever, So,
One of the comments that you made to the media in your brief interaction as you emerged from jail, you
yeah.
said, I forgive everyone. Who is this everyone that you're forgiving?
Barkha, once you've forgiven somebody, then I don't believe, name shaming really works. Then really I haven't forgiven the person. So there are a lot of people who have hurt me in the process. During this entire trial, I'd say, prior to that, but forget about what has happened before that. But after I was arrested, I went through, a sense of, I would say, I felt a sense of disappointment with people who were close to me where I didn't get support from. I went through a massive media trial, which was, very, very painful for me. Without when you're in judicial custody, you're not allowed to speak to the media, right? So I was never in a position to give my side of the story to anyone. So, which was very, very painful. So, everybody decided that I was guilty. So, anyway, so that was, it took a toll, like I said, on my emotional well being. And you start kind of, my confidence levels had plummeted, it had dropped. But over a period of time, again, I realized that, people do what they have to do, but I have to kind of stay positive and, you know, uh, face the challenges, that life had thrown very unexpectedly at me. And
Yeah.
and I think the best way to move forward and to win over these challenges is to really forgive the people who have hurt you, and look at things more positively and act constructively.
I mean, even now our hands are tied because we can't talk to you directly about the case till there's a verdict, and I'll direct my questions about the case to Sana in a moment. But I do want to ask you, Indrani, there are people who listen to you talking about a media trial, talking about being betrayed by people, and they will say that you are looking for sympathy, you are glossing over the gravity of the charges. Nothing could be worse for a parent than to be accused of the murder of one's own child. And that is the gravity of the charge against you. Do you really believe that you will be able to convince the court and the world at large that you haven't done that?
My priority right now is, Barkha, to fight this case with the evidence that we have in our favor. And I know I'm innocent. So I'm absolutely convinced that truth and justice will triumph. And there is enough evidence which, I can't talk about at this stage, right? But this is not about, sympathy or empathy. So I have no expectation on that front. at this point, to whatever whatever embargoes I have, I actually don't have a court embargo that I can't talk about my court case, but I wouldn't like to do it at this stage because my lawyers are there to speak about it to the media. However, I am, definitely, I would definitely like people to understand over a period of time who I am as a person, what my compulsions have been, and it is not just the lens that has been looked at me through. That is not who I am. That is not who I am. There is much more to it. There's much more to me. Probably I have never really had a reason to bring myself out to the forefront as a human being, as a person, right? So that is an attempt I'm definitely going to make, not necessarily because somebody has to empathize with me, but because I think it is necessary that people, to whoever I wish to reach out to, or whoever wishes to reach out to me, they ought to know who I am, and this is the best way I can do it. And I will continue, because I see, it's not that I have lost faith in the media. Let me tell you. So it is certain sections of media I felt, who were a bit, harsh. But it's all right. I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinions. And, I cannot grudge anyone on that. And everybody, that's what, freedom of press is all about.
See, the entire case hinges on the testimony of the driver who has turned approver in the case. He has confessed in this case that he for the possession of arms, for the reason he was arrested, and that led to the arrest of my client as well. Now he has confessed that crime in the CBI court, wherein the case is pending, where the trial court where the case is pending, and has denied the same charge in the Bandra Magistrate Court, where the Arms Act case is pending. So his subsequent denial to the said charge clearly casts severe doubt on the entire case that has been built up against my client, on the entire case that has been concocted by the prosecution, because that casts severe doubt on the credibility of the main witness, who is the driver in the said case. And he has subsequently denied the charge, because of which my client was arrested in the case. So that contradiction, and apart from that, a lot of contradiction and inconsistencies have already come on record during the course of trial that clearly exonerates my client. So far, a lot of discrepancies. Apart from that, it is claimed by the CBI that the body of 2012 that was discovered by the Penn police station and the body that was exhumed by the Khar police station in 2015 are the same body and belongs to Sheena Bora. Whereas during the course of trial, the prosecution has not been able to corroborate the same.